There are some places on this planet that by all logic just shouldn't be here. Today, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to dive into.
There are places on Earth
That feel like they just don't belong. Spots that totally defy everything we think we know about how our world is supposed to look and feel.
It's like the fundamental laws of nature. The rules we all just assume are constant get bent, or maybe even shattered.
And the craziest part of all this isn't some sci-fi movie. These places are 100% real.
Okay, so let's talk about these unnatural spots. Dotted all over the globe, there are these locations that are so extreme, so out there, they really make you question what's actually possible on our own planet.
And the variety is just mind-blowing. We're talking about things like craters that are literally on fire forever, or waterfalls that pour out this stuff that looks, well, a lot like blood. These are the kinds of things that have scientists scratching their heads, and it just goes to show you our world is way, way weirder than we think.
All right, first up, we're heading to the Turkmenistan desert. And this place has a name that, it fits perfectly. They call it the door to hell.
So you gotta ask, right? How is that even possible? A giant pit in the desert that's been on fire not for a few days, not even a few weeks, but for decades on end.
Well, the story behind it is actually a pretty wild accident. It all started back in 1971. Some Soviet scientists were drilling for natural gas, and oops, the ground just collapsed under their rig. So to stop this toxic methane gas from spreading everywhere, they made a call. Let's just light it on fire. They figured, it'll burn itself out in a couple of days.
Spoiler alert, they were so wrong. They lit that match in 1971, and it has been burning ever since. Just think about that, an accidental fire still raging more than 50 years later.
Okay, so from the scorching fire of the desert, we're going to do a complete 180 and head to the ice of Antarctica, to a spot that is every bit as weird, Blood Falls.
And yeah, the sight is jarring. You've got this bright red liquid just pouring out of a pure white glacier. For a long time, nobody could figure it out. How on earth can a waterfall in the coldest place on the planet look like it's bleeding?
Well, the truth turned out to be even crazier than anyone guessed. It's this super unique geological thing. See, deep under the glacier, there's this lake that's been trapped for ages. The water in there has never touched the air, so it's loaded with iron from the rock. When a little bit of that water finally leaks out and hits the air, the oxygen causes the iron to rust, like instantly. And that's what turns it that spooky blood red color.
But get this is the real kicker. Scientists think that lake, the source of it all, has been trapped down there for something like 2 million years. It's literally a time capsule from an ancient world, just slowly bleeding out into ours. But, not all of these strange places are just cool geological quirks. Some of them are environments that are so extreme, they're almost totally hostile to any kind of life. Take the Dead Sea, for example. The water is so insanely salty that pretty much nothing can live in it. And you can't even sink, you just float. It's bizarre. And then you have the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. We're talking one of the hottest places on the planet, full of poisonous gases and actual pools of acid. And what's wild is, even in places that should be completely sterile, somehow tiny little microbes have found a way to hang on.
In all of these places, they point to a pretty unsettling truth. Our planet, it's not nearly as safe or, as normal as we like to think.
There are corners of our own world that are so extreme they feel completely alien, like someone took a piece of Mars or Venus and just plopped it down right here on Earth.
So after seeing all this, it really leads you to one final, kind of creepy question. If places like this exist, some right out in the open, others in the most remote spots you can imagine, what else is out there that we just haven't found yet?
It really leaves you with a chilling thought, doesn't it? Because maybe, just maybe, some parts of this world were never really meant to exist in the first place.